2, 3, 4.
Hey, what's with the blinds and DMPs for so long, man? I can't even think. Hey, what's with food on airplanes? I don't get it. Whatever happened to Bigfoot? I think we should make the whole plane out of black box. Whatever happened to Bigfoot? I think we should make the whole plane out of black box.
Welcome, everybody. Episode 155 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will.
Corey's not with us. We're actually recording really early on a weekday. It feels weird.
I love it.
I do too. It's
It
nice.
makes me want to drink more.
Okay.
So I had already purchased beer prior to my celebratory reasons, but
Do you want to talk about that now, or do you want to talk about
during my week.
during your week?
But
It feels weird, but it's nice.
I
to
like it
record.
when it's light out and
Yeah.
we'll still be able to do something when we're done.
Yeah, it's not 11 o'clock at night. and-
Corey's not here. That's always good.
right.
Sucking all the air out of the room.
Bringing the mood down.
Yeah, sucking all the oxygen out of the rest of us.
Today is July 10th, 2014. Our episode today is going to be our top 5 favorite co-op games. This kind of came to us at the last minute. We were going to do Shovel Knight this week, but I didn't get a chance to play it. Eric, you didn't get a
I
chance
was
to
going to
play
buy it. Funds are not at the highest right now.
Yeah.
I try to keep my spending account separate, and I had a little bit of a mix-up with Prime. Amazon Prime renewed.
And it's
I
$100
didn't-
now, too.
Well, no, I have the student version
okay.
for my girlfriend, but it's still $40 after the initial free trial. After that 6 months is up, it goes to a trial. But I didn't know that was on my spending account, so my account overdrew. So I'm trying to get refunded because I have enough money in all of my accounts.
Right.
And I told them, you can clearly see I can pay for it. Can you just refund it? The lady was supposed to call me back today. Never did.
Oh, boy.
But I don't
That's
know.
always fun.
So I was like, I'll just hold off. We'll do something else.
Yeah. So we'll have our Shovel Knight episode eventually. Will, did you end up getting Shovel Knight?
I did not. I wasn't going to get a chance to play it for this week anyway, so.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing we decided to change topics.
I think that won IGN's Game of the Month for
yeah,
June.
yeah, it's really good. I mean, I played it briefly,
Yeah.
but maybe like an hour and a half. But I haven't had the opportunity to play other than that. So, anyone have anything they want to tease for later on in the episode?
Hearthstone, which tentatively our episode next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do an episode on Hearthstone, but Eric's gonna give his initial impressions of it a little bit later on in the episode. So,
My first run around with Hearthstone after Corey's talked about it numerous times.
yeah, Corey's been praising it for a while now. So,
Baiting me into playing it.
what about you, Will? Anything?
I got nothing. I didn't get a chance to play very much this week.
Okay. Sounds good. Nibblebits. Will, why don't you get started with Nibblebits?
Sure. All right, my first Nibblebit is Divinity Original Sin has sold 1,600 copies as of last Thursday, that was July 3rd. That was a Kickstarter game, so it's good to see that that's selling pretty well so far. I haven't played it, but I have bought it, so I'm actually really looking forward to playing it. I watched some gameplay video of it, and it looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, people I've heard described it almost like a Skyrim, but that's isometric.
Yep, exactly.
Which is awesome. I'll probably get it eventually.
What's that for?
Computer.
It's a PC RPG.
Yeah, and some of the bosses I saw for gameplay were huge. It was a robot skeleton thing, and it was just awesome and huge. It looks like it's up my alley.
Nice.
So,
okay.
my next one is Lore of the Fallen. Gets an October 28th release date. So that adds yet another game in the month of October. I didn't know very much about this game, but watching some gameplay, it looks pretty cool.
It does look cool. I had never even heard of it until I saw your tweet.
Yeah, I had never heard of it either. I was
I'm trying to recall. I don't think I'm aware of.
It
Lords
looks
of the
like a
Fallen.
Dark Souls kind of.
Okay.
it looks like a game we would all like.
All right.
Definitely. Actually, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the October schedule shortly.
All right.
Sweet.
Perfect. And my last one is Battleborn, is the next game that Gearbox Software is developing. They called it a hero shooter. That's what Randy Pitchford said. He said the title has MOBA elements, and it's co-op and competitive multiplayer, and it is a loot-heavy game, so it reminds me pretty much of kind of Borderlands with more of a MOBA aspect to it. I don't know.
It sounds like Team Fortress.
Yeah, you're right. It kind of does.
I think companies are trying to copy that sort of style of game.
Yeah. And then it's got the stylized graphics, which is what Borderlands is known. One of the things Borderlands is known for. But it's slated to come out sometime during Take-Two's Interactive's upcoming fiscal year, which is ending March 31st of 2016. So from anywhere in that coming period that the game could come out. So
Cool.
sometime next year, probably February, knowing how everything's going for next year.
Of course.
October and February.
So yeah, that's all I had.
All right. Eric, what do you got for us?
Got a few here, Dan. My first one, the pre-order bonuses for Alien Isolation were announced. I only saw one. I don't know if there's more than this, but it sounds pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever watched the Alien movie, the original. Have you ever seen it?
I saw the first one like a long time ago,
With
and I don't
Sigourney
remember
Weaver.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember it at all.
Well, I guess what you're going to be able to do if you pre-order it, I think 2 of the DLCs are going to be actual scenes from the movie that are voiced by the actors that were in it, and you're going to be able to replay 2 of the scenes. I think the pre-order bonus was you get one of those for free,
that's
which
cool.
sounded pretty cool to me.
Yeah, that's like classic sci-fi too,
Yeah.
and it's movies I should watch.
And it's supposed to
But-
be a good game. It got pretty good reviews from E3.
Yep, and our E3 correspondent John Liga talked about how much he liked it too. So
Is that the one that he played on Oculus Rift?
no,
that was-
no, it was a I don't remember what that was called exactly, but it was one of the games you could play on
Okay,
Oculus Rift.
that's when he wanted to play.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of October, Project Spark has been announced for Xbox One and PC for October 7th. And they actually, on GameSpot, it was nice, they put a little calendar up for all the releases. So we've got Smash Brothers the 3rd, Skylanders on the 5th. On the 7th, we've got Alien Isolation, Dragon Age, Drive Club, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, NBA 2K15, and Project Spark.
That's brutal. Well, is Project Spark going to be free?
I don't know.
Because I think it's a free download for Windows 8 right now. I don't know if you have to pay for it or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be cool if it was free. You know.
That'd be nice, right?
But on the 7th, like, I want to get Alien,
Yep.
Dragon Age,
Yep.
and Middle-earth.
Yeah, those are 2 games I'm getting. I'm going to hold off on Alien only because I'm getting Smash Brothers for the 3DS and Skylanders.
Yeah, that is the
So-
3DS version that's coming out, and I'm
Yep.
probably going to get that too. So I might hold off on Dragon Age myself. The 14th is Borderlands pre-sequel. I'm probably not going to get that.
Yeah, that's for last gen and
Right.
PC. Although they might come out with the next gen if there's enough,
Yeah.
or I should say current gen if there's enough desire for it. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
21st is Battlefield Hardline, Evolve, Fantasia, Just Dance, and The Evil Within. I'm getting Evolve for sure, and probably The Evil Within.
What about Just Dance?
No.
Nope.
No, sir. October 24th, Civilization Beyond Earth, which I would be getting if I had a PC, but I
Yep.
do not. You guys getting that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the 28th, Assassin's Creed Unity, Sunset Overdrive, and WWE 2K15. I want to get Unity and Sunset Overdrive.
So that's like
It's a brutal month.
9 games I want.
That's awful. Why are they doing that to us?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I don't even have enough time for all that
Yeah,
shit.
the 3rd to the 7th, I'm going to be buying 4 games, one of which is going to be $75. So
I mean, I still haven't played
Oh,
Wolfenstein.
Skylanders.
yeah,
Yeah.
3rd to the 7th.
Did you buy Wolfenstein?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I have that and Murdered Soul Suspect. I haven't even taken Murdered Soul Suspect out of the...
The package.
It's just traded in now.
I want to play it, though.
Eh.
Really bad.
How long? You should see how long it is and just try and play it in 1 or 2 sittings.
Yeah, I could.
It's probably 12 hours, I'd say.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
checked up on it.
No. Got a couple more here. Sony related. Sony announced, well, I don't know if this is an announcement as much as kind of speculation, but they were talking about how the Uncharted, I would say 2 and 3, are good candidates for PS4 HD remasters like they're doing with Last of Us. Is there any games that you guys didn't get to play that you could think of that you might want to play on that?
Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain would be one of them. A lot of the like PlayStation exclusive, a lot of older RPGs too.
Yeah.
Valkyria Chronicles is one that I really, really want to play.
That'd be another one.
But I probably would want to try God of War.
Would Uncharted interest you at all? Because that was the only
I
one that
would-
was mentioned.
Yeah, I would be willing to try it. I don't know if I would buy it
Yeah.
right out. Maybe a Redbox rental. because I don't know if that's my type of game or not. Although it's supposed to be like Tomb Raider, and I really like Tomb Raider.
Yeah, from playing both of them, it is kind of like Tomb Raider and kind of like Last of Us after you play that. So,
okay.
But they did say they don't want to flood the market with just remastered games.
That's a good idea,
which I appreciate.
Yeah.
And then my last bit was something I read about today that Sony announced its 3 key ideas for the future of PS4, being PS Now streaming, virtual reality with the Morpheus, and sensor technology. And the example was like fitness wearables. Mm-hmm. I wasn't thrilled about that.
Yeah, that seems to be the next big thing is the fitness wearables, because Nintendo does it with the Wii Fit. Yeah. I guess they have a pedometer type of thing that you can wear. I actually signed up for the beta for the Razer Nabu wristband.
Okay.
Just for the hell of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Just to
maybe you'll get it.
Yeah, because I think you only buy it for $1. Okay. So I was like, why the hell not? But I don't have that much of an interest in that sort of thing. I had the Nike Plus wristband.
Yeah.
But it didn't. There wasn't much you could do with it. At least with the Razer Nabu, it can be a lot of different things. So
the only one I'm excited about really is virtual reality.
Yeah.
With Morpheus.
Yeah.
I was excited with the PS Now streaming until I saw the prices. They're not official, obviously, but
well, the beta starts end of this month. So
if they bring the prices down, I'll be excited about it again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. No mention of games in there. Like,
all right.
For a game console, I was a little bit.
Virtual reality.
Yeah, but how far off are we though from that coming out,
or from widespread support for it too?
Yeah,
I'm still not that into the virtual reality thing, to be honest.
No Man's Sky with virtual reality is going to be amazing.
Because you've been sober your entire life.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like it's a novelty thing for me. I don't think I'd use it that much.
You think so?
Yeah, I really don't think I would.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. A, you've been sober your entire life. Like I said. B, you're too young to really, as much as you think you might want to escape from real life, you're too young to really hate everything like we do.
Yeah. You're not old and sour like me and Eric.
I don't know. You guys and Adam Carolla have been rubbing off on me.
I'm sure we get a good impression on you, but at the same time, you know, I don't know, man. I think it sounds pretty sweet. Morpheus looks awesome from everything I've heard.
I can't see myself like playing with in the virtual reality for
Always.
like long stretches, like maybe an hour here and there. But then again, it could be so amazing that you can't take yourself out of it.
You're right though. No Man's Sky would be so good.
No Man's Sky, Eve Valkyrie is another one. That's the space piloting game. I think it's perfect for that type of game.
And I've always said horror games. I mean, I don't feel like you could get a better horror experience than a virtual reality video game.
I can't imagine playing Outlast with that thing on.
There's no way I could do it.
It'd be so scary.
It'd be horrible.
But that's it for my nibble bits.
Excellent. Horrible and amazing.
Yeah.
I think.
I still got to play that. I think I might do a Halloween stream.
There you go.
With that and Dying Light.
Daylight?
Daylight.
Yes.
Fucking light game.
I still have Daylight.
Yeah.
That's a short one, too. It's only like 3 hours.
Yeah, so I think that I actually might just save those and do like a Halloween stream, take a couple days off, or a day off, and just do it.
Yeah. Nice. Your nerves will be shot by the end of it.
Oh, sure. My girlfriend will hate me by the end of it, too. Yeah. But whatever.
It's temporary.
Just Halloween.
Yeah. Okay. My nibble bits. First, Guild Wars 2 has been killing it in Japan. Extremely successful with 760,000 players on launch day. Nearly 2 months later, Guild Wars 2 is reporting 3.8 million players, which I guess is total over 7 million in sales between the North American and European versions and in China. So that's great. It's
nice.
3.8 million in China.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Which is great. It's still my favorite modern day MMORPG. So good on Guild Wars and ArenaNet. So next, Double Fine has announced that Grim Fandango HD remake that was teased at this year's E3 will also be available for PC, Mac, and Linux in addition to the PS4 and Vita. So that's good news for PC gamers that were interested in a Grim Fandango remake. Mm-hmm. And then the last one, there's a really great Humble Bundle from 2K Games. It's this is obviously humblebundle.com. For $1, Plus, you get Bioshock, The Bureau, XCOM Declassified, and The Darkness 2.
Wow.
If you pay above the average, which at the time I read this was $7.74, you also get Bioshock 2, Mafia 2, and Spec Ops: The Line. Then if you pay over $20, you get all of that stuff plus XCOM Enemy Unknown and Bioshock Infinite. So it's a great humble bundle.
That is really good. Wow.
I own all those games except The Darkness 2. So
I tried that.
Did you?
It was all right. I don't know if you'd like it, but it was all right.
Yeah, I thought about getting this bundle, but again, I own all those games. I'll probably see they have a game that they unlock like a week into the bundle. If that's a game I don't have yet, I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be Civ.
That makes sense for it to be Civ, I guess. Yeah.
I won't be interested, or maybe Borderlands if it's a 2K bundle, which I already own those games too.
No 2K bundles complete without Borderlands, though. Dude.
I know. Well, it's a testament to 2K games and how good their games are that I own all these games.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
They're also regularly inexpensive too, which is nice. So, if you don't have those games, now's the time to buy them.
For sure.
Humblebundle.com. So, all right, Eric, how was your week?
Good. Short week. Right?
Yeah.
What did we record, Sunday?
I think it was Sunday. It was only a few days ago.
Yeah. Just been watching some World Cup. We get Germany and Argentina in the final. That's good because I like both of those teams. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of rooting for Argentina because I want to see Messi win. But I like Germany a lot. They've got 3 players from Arsenal, so I will not be heartbroken if they win. And speaking of Arsenal, we today, just before I got here, signed Alexis Sanchez away from Barcelona, who's possibly the biggest club in the world.
That is pretty huge.
Yeah, and he's only 25, and he had a great World Cup, and he's always, he plays great for Barcelona. And
yeah.
Where's he from?
Chile.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Really good player. I'm going to see Arsenal play in a couple weeks at the Red Bull Arena, so I'm really, really excited. Having a couple celebratory brews tonight.
Mm-hmm. You said you hope he plays on the wing, right?
I think he will play on the wing, because Giroud... The thing is Mesut Ozil, who they signed last year, who was a huge signing for them, he needs guys that run into space to pass them the ball. And last season, Walcott got hurt, who plays on the opposite wing from where Sanchez will play. And they're both super fast, and they run into space. And I think with 2 of those guys freeing up some space, with Ozil passing them, it'll really free up Giroud, who's slow, but he can hold the ball up very well. Like when they pass it to him and he has his back to the goal, you can't get it from him because he's big and strong, and he's a really good passer too. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
Who's Arsenal's striker? I don't really...
Giroud.
Is it Giroud?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just... God damn it. You got to feed him the ball right in front of the net, and he'll either get a good little chip on the ball and chip it in, or head it in. He's really good at heading, but he can't create for himself. So if he gets the ball outside of the box anywhere, he just kind of holds it up and waits for other people to catch up, which, is fine.
Yeah, which if it works.
They've got plenty of other goal scorers now, so we just got to stay healthy. That was the problem last year.
So does this make Arsenal the best team in their, division?
Probably Manchester City.
Okay.
Or Chelsea. But I'd say they're a top 3 team now.
Wow, that's good.
And from what I read, they're not done yet.
Really?
And they've got quite a few other players planned to bring in. One of them supposedly is already done, and I believe that one. He's not a superstar, but he's real solid. I actually was thinking of how I would describe this to you guys in terms of hockey. Sanchez would be bringing in Patrick Kane.
Okay.
Really good player at his position. And then the other guy's a defender. I couldn't think of a name, but just a veteran, 28-year-old, really solid defender.
Defenseman.
Little offensive.
Weber.
Yeah.
Although
not to that level.
Weber's a superstar.
Yeah, not to that level.
Gotcha.
That
But,
type of guy.
like a Christian Ehrhoff, maybe.
Okay.
It's a real solid pickup.
Yeah.
But they're looking at a couple of other players who are one of them plays for Real Madrid, and if they could pull those 3 off, holy shit.
Nice.
They'd be loaded.
Eric's got a boner. Yeah, it's going to be a good season.
So when does the season start for them?
August 16th.
Okay, because I know don't they have multiple seasons in a year? Because
No.
soccer is weird. Because there's different leagues that go on.
Well,
right?
yeah. There's the Champions League, which they are in, but they have to do a 1-game playoff to get in. But the team they play is probably not a very good team.
Okay.
against Arsenal, they're not a good matchup, but they're okay for where they play. So they'll probably be in the Champions League. So that goes on at the same time, and then there's the FA Cup, which is just a separate tournament that goes on, which they actually won last year. So yeah, there's different tournaments that go on throughout the season, and then they play in the Community Shield on the 12th, maybe, of August, which is the winner of the Premier League from last year versus the FA Cup winner. Mm-hmm. So they won the FA Cup, so they'll play Manchester City, and that'll be a good test for them because I mean, like I said, that's probably the best team in the league.
Yeah, is that the team that Van Persie?
No, that's United.
That's United. Okay.
The other Manchester.
All right.
I prefer City.
You prefer City?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who's City's best player? Or
probably
one of them?
Sergio Aguero or Yaya Toure.
I've heard of Toure.
Plays for Ivory Coast. Real good.
Yeah.
Solid
player.
Oh yeah. Strong. Good free kicks. Good at everything. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited. Got to get the new jersey. They come out tonight.
You definitely gonna buy one?
Yeah, I got to. If I don't get the jersey, I have my jacket. I'll just get the new jacket. I don't know what I'll get yet, but they're fucking expensive.
Yeah,
and I kind of want to get a Sanchez jersey now, and they're like $150.
Holy cow!
Yeah, and there's not much to them. I mean, I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah, you showed me the new design for them.
Have I ever worn my USA jersey here for the World Cup?
I don't recall.
I don't think you have. No,
I'll wear it next week or something. It's just like a dry fit Under Armour kind of for
$150.
Yeah, it's exactly. It just has like the team patch right here, and like
that's like the price of a full cost hockey sweater.
Hockey sweater, yeah, which is like thick and has a lot to it. Yeah,
yeah,
but whatever.
It's the branding. It's the team.
It's got Puma right here. It says Fly Emirates, which is their sponsor, and Mm-hmm. Yeah, all's well in the soccer world for me.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. What about you, Will? What do you got?
I went to Warped Tour on Tuesday, July 8th. So probably going to Warped Tour this year. Like I went in 2011 or 2012, and that was a lot of fun. But this year, it's probably the most fun that I've ever had in like a while. It was so much fun to be there. A lot of really good music, but the two bands that I wanted to see the most were the last two sets of the night, pretty much. And one of them was Danger Kids, which is the band that has been our musical guests during the breaks for, I think, 2 different episodes.
Yeah, a couple different ones.
And they're one of my favorite bands. And the other band was the Word Alive, which I've mentioned on this podcast a couple times. Been a fan of them since like 2009. So they're like the last 2 sets. Danger Kids was 6:45, and the Word Alive was at 8:25, and it. Watched music all day, and like I was saving my energy for those 2 sets. But unfortunately, it rained a lot there, so there was a 45-minute period where it poured, and then like an hour and 15 period where it literally just poured. And so like it was really muddy and stuff, so like a lot of the softer fans pretty much laughed and stuff like that, or headed to the amphitheater there in Darien Lake, I should say. That's where I went to near Buffalo. So they went into the amphitheater for cover and stuff like that. So, a lot of people took off and stuff. So when Danger Kids, who isn't they're not the most popular band. They're new. They've been a band for maybe over a year and a half, maybe. So they played a set, and I turned around, and there was 8 of us there, 8 or 9 of my friends that all met at that set, because I kind of roped a few of them into going because they weren't familiar with them, but like me and my friend Tom were huge fans of them, so we got everybody to go to it. So we turned around, and there was probably like 30 people, which isn't a lot, watching them. But the best part about it was all like the hardcore fans of the band, so when they came out and stuff like that, like everybody was going nuts. And like their one of their vocalists was like really appreciative. They were all appreciative, but he kept mentioning on stage about how happy that he was that like we were there, and like it made me really happy because they're one of my favorite bands, and I've been trying to like pimp them to all my friends for a while. So like them seeing them, and they were like really good live. Like a lot of them started to like really like them, and like it's what we've been listening to since Warped Tour, and stuff like that. And as I said, it was like all the hardcore fans, so like we're all jumping up and down for like every minute of the set and like singing every word and stuff like that, and it was awesome. And then one of their vocalists jumps out into the crowd and like crowd surfed a little bit, and we were holding him up and stuff like that. And then right after, they had a signing. It was like 7:15 is when the signing started. So basically, they walked off stage and went to their merch tent, and like everybody at the show walked right over there, and we all got to meet them and stuff like that. And they're like one of the nicest people ever. Most bands, like, you can tell even when they're not popular if they're kind of arrogant and think that they're too cool because they're in a band. But these were probably like the nicest people ever. And I plugged the podcast to them actually because their other vocalist remembered answering the question when I asked him if we could use their music, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I kind of remember answering that." So their bassist wrote down, the name of the podcast. So I don't know if they're gonna listen or not. If they don't, whatever. But if they do, awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry if you have to listen to this and don't like it, but they were really nice.
but we'll enjoy your show.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. So yeah, and like we got a group picture with them, and I got videos of them live, and I have an Instagram, but I never put pictures up, but like I put pictures of them performing, and like the group picture that we took with them. They're literally the nicest people. So yeah, I'm glad that I got to meet them. And like my other favorite band, The Word Alive, was the last set of the night. They conflicted with another band who about 3 times more popular than them, so there was probably like 60 people of them, and like The Word Alive is a pretty popular band, but there wasn't a lot of people for them, so they didn't have a lot of people for like like the mosh pits to open up. Like I didn't get involved in any of the mosh pits. For the Danger Kids and The Word Alive, I was up the barrier, like jumping up, down, and singing and stuff like that. And I'm usually like a passive watcher. I just kind of stand there and watch.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
With my arms crossed, even though if I'm a huge fan of the band, that's just what I do because I don't like to show energy. But because the crowds were so small, I was like, well, I have to go crazy for them. Like, I don't.
Because otherwise, you're gonna get picked on by the band. For not enjoying.
Well, there's a few bands that like be like, I can tell you guys aren't that into us. Like, so we'll play a few more songs and get off the stage. And I felt bad for them because like they're trying to put on a show and nobody's like doing anything. Yeah. So like those two bands, like it was like the hardcore fans for them. So it was really awesome. And like I met The Word Alive too, all the band members, and I got my Rangers shirt because I have my light blue Rangers shirt with just the logo on it. That's my cutoff that I made, and I didn't have anything for them to sign, so I just kind of took it off, and they signed in the Rangers logo on the white part. So I got to meet all of them and shake their hands. But they're like a bigger band. I didn't want to, bother them as much because like a few of them were eating, like the vocalist and stuff like that. So I didn't want to try and get a picture with them and bother them. So, I didn't get any pictures with them, but, I met them and shook their hands. I haven't talked to them for a minute. But, so, yeah, like, but with Danger Kids, like, they were there we talked to them for, like, 15, 20 minutes.
Nice.
And it was just really cool to experience that, because last time I didn't meet any band members, but this one, like, it's weird for bands that I've liked for so long to see them in person and, like, talk to them. I'm like, this is really...
They're actually people.
Yeah.
Weird.
They're, like, just like me and everybody else here.
Yeah, you don't think that, but...
They're just in a band that made it, and it was really cool. I had a lot of fun, and, like, The Word Alive was really good live. There was only, like, one set that I saw that wasn't very good live, but, it was awesome. Especially the Danger Kids, because I felt like... We gave them a lot of energy, considering there was so few of us, and some of my friends had heard of them because I talk about them and try to convince them to listen. Yeah. But usually, like when you tell people to listen to something, they don't really. Ever.
Yeah.
They'll say,
like, "Oh yeah,
I'll do it," and then never do.
Or if they're like me, they forget.
Yeah.
They're supposed to.
But everybody there was like, wow, really good. And like one of my friends there is like this really like into like the really scary like metal stuff and stuff I don't even really like. I'm just like, ugh. But he was even like, that was really good. I'm happy you got me to stay for that. So, and it was good. Just really happy that they were appreciative that, that we were putting on a good show for them, and they put on a phenomenal show.
Yeah. You didn't want to do any slam dancing?
God, no, I'm afraid of that. I don't want to get hurt.
That's what I always said too. I've only done it like once or twice, and I don't want to get.
I've gotten in
punched.
there and mixed it up a few times.
Yeah. Well, you're tall and big. Like if I go in there, I'm like, ugh. Well,
I usually stand in the outer rim of the mosh pit and just kind of watch.
Yeah.
But I've gotten in there. I didn't have a choice. A couple times I saw Hatebreed.
Yeah,
it just kind of happens around.
That
you.
was nothing but a mosh pit, but.
Well,
was good.
Well, during the Word Alive set, because it was really muddy because of the rain, people were mud wrestling during it. Nice. And like the main vocalist is like, I've got $5 on the big kid right there who was just caked with mud, and he's like, yeah, and stuff like that. But
it done took me a good kick right to the face. One show.
One of the reasons why I never wanted to do it is because I was always afraid of getting my glasses broken.
Yeah. It was called Hellfest, and it was held in Syracuse every year. It was a 3-day like hardcore and metal festival, and we went up the last night because Hatebreed was the headliner, and everybody was going up on stage and jumping off, and this guy did a front flip off the stage and just kicked me right in the face.
Oh.
But What are you gonna do?
Shake it off and
Exactly.
throw
Keep
some
going.
throw some
Those are the
punches.
things that you take a risk on, I guess.
Yeah, when you're going to a heavy show,
Yeah.
that's just what's gonna happen.
We might have told this story. Was that the one where Graham got his braces punched through his lip?
I don't know.
It was one of the. It might have been Hellfest.
It could have been probably.
He either got elbowed or punched, and his braces like came out.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't.
When it happened?
I heard about it later.
Okay.
And he obviously showed me the whole.
Because he was at Hellfest. He drove.
Okay.
So it probably was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I never wanted to go to that. I was too afraid.
It's kind of scary when you get into one.
Yeah.
There was actually one of the mosh pits for probably the third best band that I saw live, opened up right next to me, and I grabbed my friend Johnny, who is shorter than I am
Yeah.
by a
He's
lot,
tiny.
and I threw him in front of me and went, ah! Like that, in front of the pit, and everybody just kind of stopped and looked at me like I was a big sissy.
Big Nancy. Well, I mean,
I am. They don't know me.
you don't know me.
But, yeah, it was so much fun. Like I said, it's probably the most fun I have. Like, being in the front, like, being probably from me to your computer, Dan, like, looking at them performing live and jumping up and down, singing every word. Like, my voice was gone yesterday. It's better today, but it was just
Did you
a
watch
blast.
Saves the Day?
I didn't. There was a lot of bands that I wanted to see that I couldn't see, and it kind of frustrated me.
Who was the
Because
headliner?
headliner there of Mice and Men was probably the biggest band there.
I don't know that.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, I like them, but they played during the Word Alive, and Word Alive's been one of my favorite bands for the longest time, so I was like, meh. But they were the last set that conflicted with the Word Alive, so everybody, and they played in the amphitheater, and I got a picture of the amphitheater after, like, that got tweeted or Instagram or whatever. It was packed, like, there was no room to move, and I was like, could have used some of those people over here.
Yeah.
But
Where was this again?
Darien Lake.
Okay.
Which is a great venue for it, because the stages, we would go to Montage Mountain in Scranton, but the problem is some of my friends who've gone there in the past said that there's too much walking in between stages, and when you're finish a set and you got 5 minutes to get to another one for the start, like, you don't really want to miss if you really want to see.
Yeah.
Like, the intro is like one of the best parts of how they come out, so the stages are all really close to each other, so you get to, it's like a minute's walk from one side to the other to see another one. So that's why we go to Darien Lake. But yeah, the only bad thing about it is on the way home, my friend who was driving got a ticket because he was going 45 and a 30. We had no idea where we were. It was like 10:30 at night. It was pitch black. No idea where he was. He was trying to get directions on his phone. The cop pulled him over, gave him a $300 ticket, then scolded him for driving 5 people while he was 19. And apparently that's illegal now.
What?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is that illegal? It probably isn't. The cop just being a cock.
We're like, how's that illegal? He has his senior he's had his license longer than the oldest person there was like 21, but like,
Not to mention he's a legal adult. He's 18 years.
Yeah.
He's over 18.
He's
Not
yeah.
to mention, was he drunk?
No.
Then fuck off.
Yeah.
Nobody. I figured because there were 6 of us in the car, he probably thought we were up to no good, but nobody was doing anything wrong.
Oh my god,
we
that makes me so mad.
Well, believe me, and like, we come to your area. He was driving 15 minutes, like, from when we left. 15 minutes, he got pulled over. Like, we bring all this money to your area, and we don't know where we're going, but like, you pull us over and give him a $300
Traffic
ticket.
police is all they are.
Yeah, and it was like a local cop. It wasn't a state.
Oh, sure it was.
So, and he was being a kind of a jerk and like scolded him. He's like, I could have given you a reckless driving ticket.
Oh, good for you.
And I was pretty upset at that. I was like, really? Like, and he has to like go back for a court date. That's 3.5 hours away.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I felt really bad. So I gave him, a good portion of money for the ticket because I felt bad. Because nobody wanted to drive home and he decided to do it. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll give him some money.
A bunch of shit.
Yeah. But it was a blast. I had so much fun. I could talk about it forever, but
Nice.
good stuff.
All right. As for my week, I didn't do anything, but I wanted to report that I'm in a little bit of a gaming funk right now.
Oh, joining me.
Yeah, it hit me a little bit too. It's mostly because I don't really want to start anything new, and the games that I have right now aren't really grabbing me, I guess.
Same here.
Same here, Dan.
And I think part of it is the time of the year, and I'm back to work, so I'm a little bit more tired than usual. But like I need a game to bring me out, but I'm not sure what that's going to be.
I've been playing Hearthstone to carry me through. I wouldn't say it's bringing me out, but it's carrying me through.
Yeah.
And FIFA, but Yeah, like I want to finish Wolfenstein, and it's just there. I just don't play it.
No desire, yeah.
And same with the Metal Gear, Ground Zeroes. I know it'll only take me like an hour and a half.
Yep.
But I just don't play it.
Yeah, you don't want to commit.
Yeah, I don't want to commit.
I'm the same way. I don't want to commit to something, but at the same time, I want a game that I can commit to.
I'm like that right now.
I want
Maybe
something I can.
Hearthstone, Dan.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm probably going to get that on the iPad.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I can't. If I'm sitting at my computer, I probably will want to play like WildStar or something like that. But if I have it upstairs with me,
Yeah.
I'll play it.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that's all I have to report. Hopefully, I break out of it pretty soon. I've got a lot of gaming I have to do over the summer, and I have WildStar sitting there and Dragon Age sitting there, and what else was I playing? Oh, Valiant Hearts, which I'm still enjoying.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just,
I forgot about that.
It's just, it's not like deep enough mechanics wise. I actually thought about playing Civ. But I was like, if I start playing Civ, I'm not gonna stop until it's 3:00 in the morning.
A week later.
Yeah. So I don't want to do that now.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got going on. Hopefully it's gone soon.
Yeah.
It's just temporary.
Mine's been bad.
Yeah. But what can you do? All right, want to get this episode started?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's get right into our main segment, our top 5 co-op games. Again, this was kind of a last-minute decision. We decided it last night at some point, shortly before I made the post on Facebook.
Yeah.
But part of it was because none of us played Shovel Knight, and also Corey wasn't going to be here, which I told him to write in his...
I don't think he did.
No, he didn't. I told him to write in his top 5 co-op games, too, and we'd read them off, but we haven't heard from him.
Big
so.
Susie's been busy at work.
Yeah.
What a queen.
Darn it. Anyway, Will, you want to get started?
Yeah, my number 5 is Rock Band. Nothing's better
good
than
call.
nothing's better than sitting there with 3 or 4 friends just playing music and stuff like that. It's so much fun. And as I said, I just went to Warped Tour, so like that made me want to sit down and play Rock
game.
Band with your.
Blink 182
Oh yeah,
on Rock Band.
oh yeah, that was a blast.
I was going to put Guitar Hero 3 on mine because that was the one with the drums and the guitars.
Oh, that one's great.
Yeah, that's the one we all played together probably the most.
Yeah.
That pretty much throws that in there with Rock Band.
Yep.
So both of those were solid games to play with friends.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely. Fun party games, too.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah,
Okay. Eric, number 5.
5 for me was Terraria. Even though
Terraria.
I didn't play it as much as Will or Corey. Probably not even as much as Dan, but I had a blast when I did play it. It's just one of those games that if I were to try and boot it up myself and try and do stuff, I'd just get overwhelmed and quit. Mm-hmm. So it was nice playing it with Corey when we had guys' weekend, and he could kind of walk us through stuff. But for that few hours that we played it, I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
it's fun.
And I feel like if we had kind of kept it up, but Corey kind of got ahead in level and got, I don't know if level is the word, but equipment wise and all of that stuff, and it just like when I tried to play with him I just get killed constantly. But
oh yeah, like most recently when we played, like when we
Yeah.
were heavy into it, you tried playing and you were just getting
I couldn't do anything.
getting murdered because the pirates attacked.
Yeah, it was miserable. So Terraria is great though, really good stuff.
Okay. That's a good choice. That never even crossed my mind. That was really fun co-op.
Yeah, building up a city together and just exploring. And
Yeah, because it's not quite the same by yourself.
no,
either.
definitely not.
It's not the same experience.
Definitely not.
Okay. My number 5 is Gauntlet.
Oh,
Released in 1987, developed by Tengen for the NES.
I almost put something like that on mine.
Yeah, that was really the first game I can remember spending a lot of time playing with co-op with somebody. We had that on our Nintendo, and me and Corey would play it, or me and a friend that our cousin Chris would play a lot whenever he would come over. We always tried to beat it, but I really don't think it had an ending.
no, I don't think it did either.
And at the time, we didn't know that because there wasn't the internet like there is now. We could go and see, oh no, Gauntlet doesn't have an ending, so why even bother? So we would always make it our goal to beat it, and I think we got up to like level 300 or something like that
Holy
a
crap.
couple times. But it's never ending. The dungeons just keep recycling. So
I count that as a beat game.
yeah,
That's really far.
it was intense. There was ways you could skip a bunch of levels, so we didn't necessarily play through
Okay.
300 levels, but And that was also, Nintendo was a hot running system, so I can't imagine playing that long was good for the system. But
Melting stuff.
yeah, well, we did melt the bottom of Chris's Nintendo.
That's true.
I think it was playing Baseball Stars, though.
Yeah.
Or was it maybe one of the wrestling games?
I think it was Baseball Stars, if I remember you
Yeah.
bringing it up earlier in the episodes. This reminds me, are you going to get the Gauntlet game when it comes out on PC? Because they're releasing one.
Maybe.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, I think I watched a video of Will Wheaton playing it.
Okay.
I heard about that.
And it looked pretty awesome.
All right. Well, I'll definitely check it out. Will, number 4.
My number 4 is Castle Crashers. I think this is an underrated indie game in this podcast because I think I'm the only one that's played it extensively.
I just bought it during the Steam summer sale.
When you want to play, let me know because this is a very fun game. If you get 4 people to be, 4 different characters in the knights and work your way through the game, it is a lot of fun. It's kind of silly because the people who make it, I think it's Newgrounds, are kind of, or it was Behemoth. Sorry, Behemoth made it. They're kind of like they make a game silly because they made Battle Block Theater, and it's like about cats and stuff like
Gotcha.
that, and it's just kind of silly. But this one's a lot of fun. It's a RPG, a lot of RPG elements, and like each knight has like agility to like run fast and shoot a bow fast, strength for like their sword, and like magic. So, and every knight has a special magic attack and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. You fight through the levels and get different types of swords and weapons and stuff. It's probably one of my most favorite indie games that I've ever played. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think you guys would all really like it, too.
I think I have it for something.
Probably your 360?
I got rid of it.
Probably your PS3?
Maybe. Could be on my laptop, too. I don't know.
Check on your Steam.
Yeah.
I think I got it for like $1.50 for during the Steam summer sale.
Yeah, it's been out for... I've been playing it for like 5 years.
Yeah, it's been out for a
now,
while.
so-
I meant to get it for the Xbox, and then I didn't, and I've been meaning to get it for computer for a while now, and
Yeah.
finally I was like, I don't have Castle Crashers, I'm just going to buy it.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, $1.50, I think, so.
Yeah, like I said, I think you'd like it, dude. So whenever you want to play, you need a controller though because it makes
fine.
it a lot easier.
Yeah.
I tried playing on PC; it is not comfortable to play.
Yeah.
Not optimized well.
Well, that's Eric played Rogue Legacy on computer with the keyboard controls. I'm like, how?
Probably why it took me so fucking long.
And you still beat it,
Yeah.
which was amazing to me.
Championed through it.
Yeah, that's well done.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's my number 4.
Okay. Eric, number 4.
4 for me is new Super Mario Brothers for Wii, the first Wii.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad Corey's not here because I actually played it with him. Him and I sat through and beat it. And it was just a blast playing that with multiple people, and somebody's always getting in the bubble and fucking things up. And, like, I don't know. I mean, it's a Mario game, but we just had a blast playing through it. We might have even played through it twice. I don't know.
I think you guys did actually.
Yeah, it was when Corey still lived up here, and he would come over and get drunk all the time, and he
Play
was
Mario.
down in the pit of his life, and we just played Mario and drank vodka.
Uh-huh.
But that's a great co-op game
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always enjoyed that.
for the Wii. Yeah,
Okay. My number 4, Monaco.
Yeah.
Released in 2013, developed by Pocket Watch Games for PC and Xbox 360. We all tried to play it together. It's really a game you have to have a sense of what's going on before you try and play it. Like, I think it's better to play it by yourself, but after you like learn what the characters do, it's a lot of fun to play with somebody.
Yeah.
It's really designed to be played with people, and we're, when you execute your job well, like I think a mission, if it goes off without a hitch, is awesome.
Yeah, that's like any of those type of games where you're pulling off a heist and everybody does their job well and
Yep.
pulls it off.
It's satisfying.
It's a really good feeling. Yeah, I agree.
So, and that's not one I have extensive playtime with other people, but my time with it was fun, and I could see the value of playing it with people, like, and playing it well.
Yeah.
So that's my number 4. Will, number 3.
Number 3 is Terraria. Eric talked about it, and I sunk 100 and I think I have 109 hours on it, and that was all in a week. So when I play that much of a game in a week, and it was all with friends, like me and my friend Johnny and Evan played it the whole time together, and it's a lot of time. So I figured it had to be in my top 5.
Yeah, I had to crack your list.
But dear God, that game's so much fun, and nothing was better than when we beat it, me, Corey, and Johnny. So it's such a solid game and so much fun.
Nice.
You did play a shit ton of that for a while.
Yeah, I remember I sent you a picture asking if it was healthy, and you didn't know that was in like 5 days.
No, I didn't.
You thought it was overall.
Lifetime.
I was like, yeah, sure. He's like, yeah, well, what about in 5 days? Nah, it's
Not so
probably
much.
Not so good.
74
You're
hours.
going to work up a good blood clot, and you're really like...
Well, that was when my computer desk was like down here.
Oh.
So I was bent over like that and in a very uncomfortable position. I had back issues though that like week period.
Yeah, well, that's one of the upcoming games on my list is a similar situation.
You wanted to play so bad, it's just so uncomfortable though.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my number 3.
Number 3, Eric.
Number 3 for me is Journey.
Journey.
Which
yeah.
is interesting because I didn't even know this had co-op in it when I played it. I didn't know who the other people in the game were, and I really didn't use any of the co-op aspect of it. And there isn't a ton of co-op aspect. It's just like...
It's the way co-op
it's
is
random.
used.
Yeah, it's just the way they do it. You just run into another person randomly that's in this journey, and you can just kind of choose to go with them and experience it together or not. And I just love that game so much, and I just think that's so cool how they implemented that and that I didn't even know about it. And you just have this option to experience this awesome game with some other random person. And then I think at the end of the game, if I remember, it tells you what that person's name is or something like that. God, I wish I could remember. I know Corey would remember if he were here, but I just love the way they did the co-op thing in it. It's not your traditional.
Yeah.
It's nice to see something different, and the game was amazing. So
That's one I would buy in a heartbeat if they put it on PS4.
yeah, definitely should.
Absolute, in
So
a
good.
split second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, real quick, I just want to mention, like, on Giant Bomb, one of the people who plays it found the co-op so powerful. Like, he played the whole game with one specific person.
Yeah.
And then they went down this one point when it was a sliding hill or whatever, and he lost his friend. And he got down to the hill and looked for him for like 5 minutes, and he was gone, so he hasn't played since.
Yeah.
So that's
what that game will do to you, man.
Yeah.
It's
not-
such a
it's
good
not the
fucking
same.
game. It made me think of weird shit that I'd never thought of in games before.
Yeah.
Which is a sign of a good game.
Oh, so good. I should play it again. I really should.
Okay. Very nice. My number 3 is Gears of War 3.
Yeah.
Released in 2011 developed by Epic Games for the Xbox 360. This is the one where me and Eric played a lot with Billy and Jeff.
Yep.
Horde mode specifically in Gears of War 3 was an amazingly good time. A lot of fun. Very intense, stressful, but that's the one I sat on my coffee table for. However, didn't we play for like 4 or 5 hours straight one time?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Till really late at night,
Yep.
trying to beat the Horde mode.
Yep.
And my back hurt so bad after because I would sit as close as I could to the TV, which meant I was on my coffee table, which was not comfortable, obviously.
And Murphys aren't known for posture.
I have terrible posture,
Yeah,
so
it was
that made it
uncomfortable
worse.
more.
Yeah, I would get up after playing Gears Horde mode for 3, 4, 5 hours or whatever, and just be in so much pain. But
Did you try to lay on the floor to straighten yourself out a little bit?
I don't think I was younger, a little more spry back then. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I was a little more spry back then.
More nimble.
Yeah. So, yeah, my number 3 was Gears of War 3. We want to recap the list real quick before we get on to number 2.
Yeah, sure. Me start?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, yeah, my number 5 is Rock Band. My number 4 is Castle Crashers, and number 3 is Terraria.
All right.
I've got Terraria at number 5, New Super Mario Brothers Wii at 4, and Journey at 3.
All right. I had Gauntlet at number 5, Monaco at number 4, and Gears of War 3 at number 3. Will, number 2.
My number 2 is Nazi Zombies. I know this isn't a game,
Oh,
but
fuck. I forgot about that.
yeah, this was in Call of Duty World at War and the Black Ops games, but World at War is the one I'm talking about specifically because I thought that was the best of all the Nazi Zombies.
Definitely.
But dear God, like, that game, first of all, I really loved the online component of that game, but, playing it with friends, I didn't know this existed because this was right when I got an Xbox. So, like, I was new to it. I wasn't familiar with Call of Duty. Like, I knew it existed. I knew it was really popular because of Call of Duty 4. But, like, when I beat the campaign and this mode unlocked, I was like, Nazi Zombies, that's weird. And I played it for the first time. I was just so frightened, and I was like, this is so
it was
cool.
so good.
And then when you get a good group of friends together that is good with teamwork and going through the levels and getting into, like, the 30s for level, like, legitimately and not cheating, It's so intense, and like there's not very many games that give me a rush like that, but like being chased by zombies when you're the last one alive, trying to hold out so you finish the round and your friends can come back, it's great. And there's just so many fun memories I have from that. And
I remember the first time I played the Nazi zombies, I think I was by myself, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking awesome.
I played at your house back in the day. That's where I had my experience with Nazi zombies.
I probably would have put that on my top 5 if I had remembered it.
Yeah, I had to look through. I looked through a lot of lists to jog my memory of stuff I played, and I saw Nazi zombies.
I did too, and I didn't see it on any of them.
Really?
No.
I think I only saw it in one specific spot, but I just remember waiting for map packs to come out so we could play the new zombie maps. Like I spent $15 basically for. I loved the game, but like for the Nazi zombie map because it was great. I loved it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my number 2.
All right. Eric, number 2.
Number 2 for me is FIFA, specifically 14, because they put co-op seasons in and pro clubs in the past games also. God, I've played countless hours with my friends Bill and Jeff. I think Bill was on our Zelda episode.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Jeff's never been on it, I don't think.
I don't think so.
But, man, did we log some hours into those FIFA games, and pro clubs is so fun to play with other people. You just get so into the game and like your teamwork, and I'm actually going to get FIFA 15 for the Xbox One because Jeff's getting an Xbox One. So I'm looking forward to getting the club back up and running because I've been lacking that right now on PS4 because they all still just have the 360.
Yeah.
And I miss it.
Yeah.
It's just so fun to play with other people and just compete against other teams, and you kind of get these rivalries built up and like just progressing through the team ladders and great times.
Nice.
Times.
What about Billy?
He's gonna upgrade to a 1 at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I don't know when.
Probably not before FIFA 15 comes out.
I doubt it. Jeff just got a new job in Washington D.C., so he's gonna have some cash coming in.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2 is Borderlands 2. Released in 2012, developed by Gearbox for PC, 360, and PS3. I'm a huge Borderlands fan, and it was designed for playing with your friends. Again, with the 4 different character classes and all the loot and stuff, and rating for bosses. It was really designed to be played with friends. I haven't played it a ton with friends actually. I've played it mostly by myself, but
Same here.
the times that I did play with friends, it was amazing. So. Borderlands 2, great co-op game. So.
Oh yeah,
that was my number 2. Will, number 1.
My number 1 is Super Smash Brothers. Particularly, I played the most of Melee and Brawl, but nothing's better than sitting on a couch with 3 other friends and duking it out with Nintendo's mascots, basically. Spent so much time playing that game. Probably I've had a lot of competitive matches with friends during that. So, and the new one's coming out soon, and I can't wait for it. It's going to be so much fun.
Nice.
So
yeah, I'm looking forward to the new Smash Brothers too.
It's to the point where I'm buying the 3DS and the Wii U version because I want to play it so bad.
I'm gonna try and give it a fair shake.
I really hope you like it because I think it'd be a lot of fun if.
It's just I don't know, man. I can't. It just feels like every character has like 3 moves to me.
I can see that.
And like
how you would think that at least.
I don't know.
I never realized how technical it was until I watched the tournament and all the strategies the different people have, and like it was really hard to tell when I watched the tournament at E3. It was hard to tell like when there was 4 people on screen at the same time because it was kind of chaos. But when it was just 2 people duking it out, like it was really technical, and I was very surprised because I was always kind of just a button masher. I would have 1 or 2 go-to moves, and then I would just mash buttons,
and that's why I didn't like it.
Right.
Yeah, like the more you play it, like me and my one friend are really competitive. Like we played this game our whole lives because we've been friends since kindergarten. So like we have like our go-to characters, like our Falco versus Game & Watch and Ness versus Lucas matches are probably our 2 best ones. And like a lot of it is like I play pretty defensively. So like when I'm Ness, like I use my shield a lot, and like I use my one thing to absorb damage and heal myself. So that's how he play. Like I play, and he's like aggressive and tries to go after me and beat me. So like we do a lot of dodging and rolling and stuff like that, and we have really long matches, and it draws out because like we both play kind of technically,
right?
And and there's a lot of people who button mash too, and that's that's fine. That's It can be played both ways.
Yeah. It's not if you're playing against someone that knows what they're doing though. Button mashing does not work.
That
at
works so well, yeah.
Not unless you're using Hwarang and Tekken.
all. Right. There's some games where button mashing is a valid strategy, but Smash Brothers is generally not one of them.
Yeah. Because you get the guy who knows what he's doing and like he pulls off all the jerk moves. Like there's one where like you hit somebody off the edge, you jump off the thing. It's called edge hogging, and you hold onto the edge. And when they come up to grab onto it, they can't grab onto it, so they just fall to their death. Like that's a cheap move to use on a new person that will turn them off from it because it's kind of mean and cruel. But yeah, there's stuff like that, and it's a lot of fun.
There's no blue shell in Smash Brothers. The equalizer.
The closest thing to that is the final Smash, but even the person who's probably the best player is going to get it anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah, can't wait for the new one. It's going to be awesome.
Okay. Eric, number 1.
Number 1 has already been mentioned, actually. Gears of War 3.
Oh, gotcha.
Horde mode.
That was good times.
Specifically, that one time that you were talking about was so fun.
Yeah.
That was in the hotel map, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we were on the hotel map. Did we? I don't think we ended up beating it.
I think I had to leave.
Yeah.
Because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning or
late.
2:30, and I was like, I got to go to bed.
Yeah, things were just going our way, and it just kept getting later and later. But that map specifically was so good.
Yeah.
And then you'd get those giant like boss waves, and the guy would come in the map or into the actual hotel instead of outside it.
Yeah.
And he was too big to fit in there, kind of, and it looked so weird, but it was awesome because you were like freaking out. You're like, fuck, like there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was so fun.
It took skill and strategy because you'd have to set up all the traps and wasn't there like guns and stuff you could set up?
There was turrets to set up and like you're saying, like kind of defense mechanisms, and you'd have to spend your, I don't know what the currency was, if it was like experience points or something, to put into those. So you had to kind of choose which ones to put up, and you had to do it quickly before the next wave started, and you had to plot all that out with the people you're playing and where to start, for the next wave, and just so good.
It was good.
So good.
That was a good game.
It was a good game, yeah. That's actually one of the ones that I beat. It's the only Gears I ever played.
It was the best one, too.
Yeah,
which was good. Yeah. Okay. My number 1 game, best favorite co-op game of all time, Rayman Legends.
Yeah.
I figured it would be.
My game of the year from last year because of the amazing co-op released in 2013, developed by Ubisoft Montpellier for the Wii U, PC, PS3, and 4, and Xbox 360, and it's on the Xbox One too, I think, right?
Yep.
And Vita. Yeah, and really, the Rayman Legends is what got me back into like playing couch co-op games. I hadn't really played anything like that for a while, and specifically playing them with my wife. Just the teamwork that it took, because specifically on the Wii U, the player had such control over Murphy on the gamepad, and the teamwork it took to help you in the different levels and stuff. It was just so much fun to play, and it's probably the best platformer I've played in a really long time.
Oh yeah.
I was always a Mario guy, but after playing Rayman, I was like, it's slow.
Yeah.
Compared to Rayman was a little more like Super Meat Boy, and the speed that you needed and timing and stuff was a lot more important than in Mario. Mario's more about like patience and accuracy, and Rayman was all about rhythm and speed and reflexes and stuff. And I just absolutely loved Rayman Legends. So that was my number 1 co-op game of all time.
Solid pick.
Yeah, I loved that game. We should fire it up again. We still have it.
Man, I want to play with somebody on the PC, but I don't think anybody.
No, I was gonna get it during.
What do you have that for?
Wii U.
Ooh, could I borrow that and play it on Will's Wii U?
Yeah, we're not gonna play it.
I should.
It's fun.
My buddy came over yesterday to watch the World Cup game. He goes, "I didn't know you got a Wii U." It's like I didn't. I stole my friend's.
Stole.
I've got some honorable mentions.
Okay, let's hear them.
Special recognition, I should say, is how I worded it here. I added Nazi zombies onto my list. I had put Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance on here, but what I meant was Gauntlet Legends.
Oh, gotcha.
You mentioning Gauntlet made me remember. That was for N64, right?
Yeah,
Me and Jared and Graham played through that in a day. And I just remember doing that, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
Jared was on our last episode? Or Tomodachi Life?
Tamagotchi Life.
And then we have an
And a
episode
couple-
with Graham,
Yeah.
Man, the Myth, the Legend.
Way back in the day where you can barely hear him because he
Yeah.
talks so quiet.
Early days.
Yep.
I wasn't sure, like, would EverQuest count?
I think some people have put MMORPGs on there.
Okay, I put EverQuest on there. I used to really enjoy playing that with you guys.
Yeah.
It's just however you justify it, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, we sat together in your living room for a week straight and played.
Yep.
That was co-op.
Yeah.
We helped Kyle get his J boots while he didn't wipe his dirty
It was
butt.
it was me getting the J boots.
Was it you getting the J boots?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Kyle had a high level mage of some sort,
Okay.
and we actually did a kill steal
Yes, we did.
because some people were camped out on some giant that we needed to kill.
On an island, I think.
Yeah, it was in the Ocean of Tears. I remember that, and they were camped out waiting for the spawn.
Yeah.
And me and Kyle were seemingly like we were gonna wait till after they got the spawn, but as soon as it spawned, they started attacking it. But Kyle was such a high level that he attacked it and did all the damage to it, and we did a kill steal and then took off.
Kill stealing is great, isn't it?
I don't think you can't really do it anymore. That was in the
No,
wild days of
it's prevented.
MMORPGs.
Oh, yeah. I remember
So-
Corey stealing gear from people who dropped.
Corey was a ninja looter.
Yeah, Ninja Looter.
Yeah, but that, and I remember going to Polydol Caverns and doing shit in there, so.
Yep.
Battlefield, I wrote kinda, because it is a competitive online shooter, but it's at its best when you play co-op with friends. It doesn't have to be friends, but if you find a group that will work together, that's when Battlefield's at its best, in my opinion, and that's what I like about it. Tiger Woods Golf, which, did we play together?
Yeah, for
On
the Wii.
Yeah.
That was awesome on
Yep,
the Wii.
that's good times. Minecraft, I put on here more for other people that are more creative than I am.
Right.
But I imagine that if I was more creative, it would be fun to play with other people. Will and I had fun building the house on the beach.
That ended up catching on fire.
Yeah. And then I put Borderlands 2, which I have never played with another person, but I always want to.
Yeah.
So that's why I put that on here. But yeah.
Okay, what do
That's
you
my
got
special
for
recognition.
special mentions, Will?
NHL is
I
one.
thought about putting NHL.
If I hadn't just gone to Warped Tour, that'd probably be my number 5. But I was feeling more Rock Band in this one. And then I had Borderlands, Gears of War, which we talked about. Then I had Torchlight and Diablo. Those are both very solid games. And then I had Super Mario 3D World. If you listen to, I don't remember what episode it was, around Christmas though. Me and Corey played Super Mario 3D World and beat it, and we talked about how competitive it was because they have like the little things like trying to get higher up on the flag to get more points and stuff like that, and the whole crown element and who's the leader. And me and Corey were pretty much cheating to be able to get the most points and stuff like that. So
Doesn't sound like you guys.
that's me and Corey down to a T,
Yeah.
competing and cheating and stuff like that. But well, that sounded worse.
So Willie's like, we're great.
But anyway, it was a lot of fun
Nice.
doing that.
Okay.
Shit.
Anything else?
That's all I had.
All right, let's go over our list real quick again, and then we'll take a break. Will,
My number
5 through 1.
My number 5 is Rock Band. Number 4 is Castle Crashers. 3 is Terraria. 2 is Nazi Zombies, and 1 is Super Smash Brothers.
5, Terraria 4, new Super Mario Brothers Wii, Journey at 3, FIFA Co-op Seasons and Pro Clubs at 2, and Gears of War 3 Horde Mode at 1.
For me, number 5 is Gauntlet. Number 4 is Monaco. Number 3, Gears of War 3, specifically Horde Mode. Number 2 is Borderlands 2, and number 1 is Rayman Legends. So that's our list. I'm going to try to coax Corey for next week's episode to maybe list off his top 5 co-op games. Hopefully he'll comply. We're going to take a quick break and be back with, let's see, what we played and probably feedback and roundtable right after this. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 155 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in What We Played. Eric, why don't you get us started?
I will do that. The only new thing to me that I played was Hearthstone. After Corey had been talking about it for quite a while now, and there was talk of us doing an episode soon. So I fired that up, and I really enjoy Hearthstone. I played through all the practice rounds, which you have to do to unlock all the heroes. So there's Warrior, Shaman, Rogue, Paladin, Hunter, Druid, Priest, Mage, and Warlock. So those are the basic decks that you can start with. And then each deck has neutral cards that can be used in any of them. And then they have class-specific cards that you unlock. I really like Hearthstone a lot. It's like Corey said. Apparently, Blizzard people don't like it when you say it's like Magic, but it is like Magic. It's Magic Light for like the layman person like myself. It doesn't take too much thought. The cards are pretty straightforward. But yeah, it's really fun. The games only take, I guess it depends, but I would say on average like 10, 15 minutes for the most part. Like I've played 3 online matches. I got beat all 3 times. A couple of them were really bad. Just got my ass kicked. I'm still trying to build my decks up right now. Corey said he uses a warrior deck, so that's what I've been trying to use. I'm probably not going to stick with that. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Paladin. I don't know. I'm kind of too far, or not far enough in to really make that decision. But I like the Paladin because he can heal also. He gets a lot of healing cards. The warrior, each of the hero has its own skill that costs 2 mana to use, and the warriors is nice because it gives him armor, and that it gives him 2 armor, so every time you use it adds 2 more armor on, and in order to get hit the opponent has to take that armor down first, so it's almost just like having extra hit points.
Gotcha.
Which is nice, but like some of them will put like a 1/1 card out, a summon card. That's what the Paladin does. Summons a 1/1 recruit. Mm-hmm. But it's just different stuff like that, and I don't know. I really like it. It doesn't take a lot of thought. It's just something you can get into and get out of. And I think if I get good at it and build a good deck up, the tournaments that Corey talks about would be good times.
Yeah. Definitely.
I could definitely see myself spending actual cash on packs.
Really?
Really? Dangerous.
Nice.
It's kind of expensive.
Are they?
Yeah. I haven't done it yet. I've
Okay.
only used coins that I've unlocked, but I don't know. I'd like to beat Corey one day. That's always my goal in anything,
Right.
really, is to beat Corey.
Right. Anything strategic?
No, just
especially?
anything.
Oh, anything?
Yeah. But
Well, the strategic's a bonus because that's what he's good at.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't fancy myself a very strategic game player, and I think Corey is. So, yeah, like Will said, anytime you can beat him at strategy,
I think I'll funnel money to you so you can beat him.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
But, yeah, I definitely recommend Hearthstone. It's a good time. I want to play Tito. I got to get his name on here. I know he plays Tito in LA. I don't know if any of our other listeners play it or not.
Probably. Let us know if you do.
Yeah, I'd like to get some practice and some pointers if you have any. But really good stuff so far. I think tentatively doing our episode on that next week, hopefully. So, yeah, I really enjoy it.
Okay. Did you play anything else?
Just more FIFA. Been playing World Cup Ultimate Team, and I did some seasons today. Played with Arsenal again to celebrate our new signing. But
Very nice.
I think other than that, that's all I played. Oh, wait, I did try Max Curse of Brotherhood.
Oh,
it was
gotcha.
a free game on Xbox One. I played it for about 30 minutes, turned it off, and deleted it.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. It's just not... I was doing well with it until they introduced a skill that you have to use during the game, and I got so frustrated already that I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to screw around with it.
No time for it.
No, he has like a magic pen that he can draw lines with and then erase stuff with, and it was frustrating. So I was like, I'm never going to play this again. Got rid of it.
Gotcha.
Max the Cursed Brotherhood, was it?
Curse of Brotherhood?
The Curse of the Brotherhood?
I think it's just Curse of Brotherhood.
Okay.
Because the story is his brother gets taken by monsters, and he has to go get him back.
Okay.
Because he wishes that his brother would get taken. It's kind of like in Home Alone where he wishes his family would disappear,
Yep,
and then
and
they
they
do.
do.
It's like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Will? What'd you play?
I played very little. I played a couple matches of Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. It's still probably the most fun shooter that I've played within the last, year and a half at this
Can't
point.
wait to get that.
Yeah, that's fun. I can't wait to get it for PS4 as well, so I can play with more people.
Gimli, come on.
So yeah, I could play with more people. But so I did a couple matches of that, and played more WildStar. WildStar is a very fun game. I'm enjoying my time with it. I think I'm level 14 or 15 now. So yeah, I'm starting to get up there and level a little bit, and that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. As you know, I'm kind of in a video game funk right now, so I actually maybe Sunday night or Monday night I bounced around. I played a couple different games, just trying to get something to
Stick?
grab me, but nothing ended up grabbing me really. I did try Resogun, because I haven't played in quite a while.
I saw you played that.
Yeah, and there was an update which allowed you to like create and download ships. So I was like, I'll give that a try because I moved my PlayStation down here onto my old LCD TV over there. So I want to see how it looked to make sure it looked okay because I'm debating on whether or not I want to get a new TV for down here for specifically for the PlayStation. So. But anyway, I fired up Resogun because that's, I didn't want to try anything new. I just wanted to, jump in for a few minutes. But I downloaded an X-Wing starfighter from Star Wars.
Yes. Cool.
And I downloaded the Planet Express ship from Futurama to play on Resogun, which was really cool.
Nice.
And, Resogun's, it's a good game. It's a fun game. It never takes me very long. I always end up dying pretty quickly.
It's kind of hard.
It's hard. But
I'm not very good at those games, so it's harder for me.
Part of my problem was I didn't remember what any of the buttons did.
I'm still bitter that I was one human away from perfect.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Do you still have the high score? That one high score that you did? Is it still up? Still standing?
It wasn't the high score, but I was in the top.
Yeah.
Pretty high up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it still is or not. Probably not.
I'll have to check.
I'm sure people have, figured out different stuff to do and combos and all that shit. But I'm still bitter that I missed that one human.
Yeah. Good game though.
Oh yeah.
It's fun. The only other thing, and this is the only game I've been able to bring myself to play, is Mario Kart 8, which I still played a ton of. I wanted to have my total hours put into Mario Kart 8, but I forgot to look on the Wii U activity log. But it's probably about 50.
Oh, wow.
50 hours I've played Mario Kart. I'm still trying to 3-star all the tracks. I'm on the maybe Star Cup. The last cup on 150cc that from the new tracks for the game. So
okay.
I think it's a Star Cup.
Having any issues?
Yes.
Which track?
Rainbow Road.
Oh, God.
I can pretty consistently get first on the 3 leading up to it. But then I get to Rainbow Road and it just all falls apart for some reason.
There's this one turn. It's like towards the beginning that I always drift off of.
Yeah.
And I can't, for whatever reason, get past it.
Yeah.
There's a couple in that map. Fuck with you.
It's frustrating. It's a lot harder than the old Rainbow Road, the Nintendo 64 Rainbow Road remake.
Yeah.
Just because it's a lot more narrow. And I fall off way more than I should.
Yeah.
Plus, you get just crushed by everything, Everyone seems to be gunning for you.
Everything in sight.
Especially because you finished first the first 3 races,
I remember reading an article a while ago that the Nintendo developers for the game made it so the better you do, the more chances you're going to get hit by stuff.
I could see that.
Especially on 150cc.
Feels that way.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But
you got to play defense.
Oh, yeah.
It's not easy when you get freaking coins. I hate getting coins so
Nothing
much.
pisses you off worse.
Because you're in first, at least if you got a banana peel, you could put it behind you and block maybe a green shell or a red shell. But you get freaking coins and they don't help you at all.
And you already have 10 of them.
You've already got 10 coins, right? So that's the only thing I've really played a lot of still, and I'm still absolutely loving it, as frustrating as it is. I haven't played online. I've just been trying to 3-star everything, and I probably play hour and a half a day, I'd have to say. Awesome game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It really is.
So, yeah, it's a good purchase. If you're on the fence about a Wii U and you're a Mario Kart fan, it's a no-brainer.
It's worth it.
Especially with everything that's going to be coming out.
Yeah. There's starting in the fall. There's going to be some good Wii U stuff coming out. So, and there's already a few good games that are out for it. So, and you can find them sometimes for like $200. So you can't go wrong with that. All right. Well, we'll get into feedback now. Let me call it up here. Does anyone have a round table? I had a couple things that I wanted to do, but I want Corey to be here for the ones that for the ones that we're going to talk about.
Right.
So
Kind of a question that you guys can answer if you want.
okay, yeah, we'll do that because a lot of it is because Corey a lot of times has the devil's advocate opinion on things. So
Yeah.
I always like to have him here for those.
Sure does.
Because we all agree.
Yeah,
Almost every time.
generally. generally. Corey. And yeah, Corey does too, I think, to an extent, but he always likes to bring up the devil's advocate.
Even if he doesn't believe it.
Right, just to further the discussion.
And make us angry.
Yes. Okay, so Twitter, Real Big Kong, Idaho Jake says, if the beta brings me deep, I might just buy the $150 Destiny Ghost Edition. Did anyone see what was in that?
No, but let me look.
Okay. The only collector's edition I've thought about getting is the Witcher 3 one with the statue of Geralt fighting the dragon, but I don't know what's in the Destiny one.
I know one of them comes with, like, the little ghost light that helps you.
Yeah.
And opens doors. One of them comes with, like, a replica of that. It's probably that one.
It's the Ghost Edition.
Yeah.
That's
of course
cool.
it's in a video.
Maybe look on Amazon. I think it'll have a list of what comes with it.
All right.
I used to actually always get like collector's editions for games and stuff when I had more disposable income.
Yeah.
But now that was also too when I only bought 5 or 6 games a year, and I would just play those games repeatedly. Now because I play so many games, it's a bigger expense, and I don't have the time to play games over and over again like I used to. So, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot more variety in my gaming routine.
Playing. I was going to say, how many games a year do you think we buy?
It's a lot now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I used to only buy 5 or 6 games in a year, and I would just play them over and over again.
Now it's at least quadruple that.
Oh, yeah. I would, yeah. I mean, I'm probably getting...
Did he say what that was called? That edition?
Destiny Ghost Edition?
Ghost Edition. Okay, so I've got the limited edition because that one is more expensive than the one he's talking about. Limited edition comes with a steel bookcase and game disc, Guardian Folio, which I'm not really sure what that is, Arms and Armament Field Guide with weapons and armor, postcards from the Golden Age, antique star chart, expansion pass, and digital content. Let me look up the Ghost Edition. Ghost Edition. That's got to be... Yeah, it must have come with the Ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. Comes with a pretty cool case. I'll tell you that.
That's worth it if you got the space, like, if you got, like, a man's room.
If you got the dough, first of all.
And the dough.
I don't.
If I wasn't getting so much stuff this fall, I would consider it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that comes with the Ghost replica, which is pictured on Amazon if you want to see it, or probably anywhere you look. And then I think it just comes with all the other stuff that I mentioned for the collector's edition. Yep. But it's $150. The other one didn't have a price on it. And neither does this one, actually. Not on Amazon, at least.
It's probably because they don't have any.
Yeah, it says sign up to be notified when it becomes available.
Yeah, because I think yesterday on Kotaku's daily deals, they're like, Amazon has them, get them quick because they sell out.
Oh.
So...
Maybe I need the limited edition. I wonder how much that is.
I would guess 100.
Nah, I don't need that.
No, because that's just the steelbook, right? I think that one's like 70.
It comes with some extra shit.
Yeah, I think it's only 70 for that one.
I might get that.
That's worth it.
I loved it.
And that's a game that you're not going to just trade in after.
No.
After a couple weeks of playing it,
Mm-hmm.
That's one that you could always bounce back to. They're going to be adding more content and stuff later on. So, but that's awesome. If the beta starts is it next Friday?
17th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what day that is. No, that's Thursday. It's Thursday. So next Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. I really hope. I haven't seen anywhere. I hope you get to transfer your character.
I haven't seen anything either. I'm gonna look up my schedule. I need to know if I work that day.
Okay, from Ryan in Iowa, who says, "Holy cow, mad props to Corey for a shout out on the Puck podcast, and good on you, sir, for getting all their merchandise." That was Corey had a Puck podcast shirt for supporting their Kickstarter.
He got shirt and pants.
Yeah, the Kickstarter they did was for them to go to the NHL draft. So if you donated to their Kickstarter, they gave you a bunch of free merchandise from their show, and he contributed. So that's where he got the stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And they're a good hockey podcast if you're into hockey. So
yeah, I listened to it for a while, but I'm in the audiobook stage now, so I haven't really listened to podcasts as much. But
yeah,
I should resubscribe.
Yeah.
And then this is about No Man's Sky coming to 4 in 2015. He says, I will only believe it when I see it. I think I've been watching the videos on GameSpot. I think they're a lot closer than they're even making it seem.
I think so too. And plus they talked about how they're going to, keep working on the game after it comes out.
Yeah.
So I think that it probably will come out next year and they're going to keep tweaking it and doing whatever they do. But
they had initially tweeted that it was coming out for PC and PS4 this year. I don't know if that was GameSpot slipping up or if that was just a miscommunication.
I think it was probably miscommunication.
Okay.
I don't think it's that close.
Yeah. Because it seemed like they had a lot of the game done that they're just bug testing right now.
I watched the first 2 videos, which was, the first one was just like background on Hello Games, and then the second one was some gameplay and stuff they're doing with it. Have you watched any of the other ones?
I watched the third one yesterday.
What was that about? Do you remember?
No. It was cool, whatever it was. And then there was one that came out today that I haven't watched yet. But they're really well done videos.
I really like that guy Sean.
Yeah, Sean Murray
at Hello Games. He seems like a good dude.
Yep. The other dudes seem like good dudes too.
Yeah. Sean's got a little weird charisma about him though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
an indie game, the movie. Ed McMillan. Is that his name?
I don't remember.
The guys that did Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
The bigger guy with the beard and glasses.
Yeah.
Like him.
Yeah,
he's got like a nerdy
yeah
game developer charm to him, the artistic whatever charisma.
So the third video that came out yesterday was titled "The Biggest Game World Ever Created."
Okay, yeah, that's where they talk about the algorithm kind of a little bit behind the game.
Okay,
it's very cool.
One that came out today was "How Does No Man's Sky's universe actually work?"
Yeah,
I had to check those out.
Yeah, they're really good. They're very well shot. Whoever did the videos it's Danny O'Dwyer from GameSpot, who's an Irish guy with a sweet accent.
Loves him some footy.
Yes, he does love footy. Absolutely. I recently started following him on Twitter. I started liking him from Giant Bomb.
Yep,
because he was on a Giant Bomb episode. I was like, this dude's awesome. So, but yeah, he's the one that kind of narrates the videos and does the interviews with Hello Games. So. Yeah, I'm hoping that I really think it's closer than even they are leading on to being done. But like I said, most of it was the programming and the algorithm. They didn't have to do a lot of art assets and stuff. So because it's all procedural, it's just it's numbers and math and science and stuff. And I think they seem to have a lot of that stuff done. It's mostly, I would guess, bug testing at this point. But I can't wait. That game is just
honestly, I would drop everything and just play that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I could see myself just buying that and skipping everything else this fall.
Yeah, me too. It's right up my alley.
Because, like you said, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it.
Yep.
If you don't put the time into it, you're probably not gonna like it that much.
Yeah. If you're just jumping in expecting to be in some intense, crazy action right away, it's probably not your game.
Or find dinosaurs.
Well, it all depends on what planet you're on, and what's on that planet.
Oh yeah.
Man, the game just it's making me salivate.
It looks so good.
Yeah. At the very least, it's gonna look pretty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, moving on. Facebook. This is from Rachel, who says, get this closer. Hey guys, I listened to the Mario Kart episode today, and I like Corey's point about how Mario Kart is a game that smart gamers can like, but it's also well liked by Call of Duty bros and even people who don't typically play video games. Things designed for mass appeal usually stink, but there could be exceptions. It would be cool to hear you guys talk if there are any games you liked, current or from past systems, that were good games, but also appealed to casual gamers or non-gamers. That's a good question. The thing that immediately came to my mind was Angry Birds.
Yeah.
Especially with my hatred for mobile gaming. I really enjoyed Angry Birds, but I think it was also it was new, I guess, when mobile gaming first kind of started getting big. Angry Birds was the first big mobile game, I guess, for me anyway. And then Angry Birds Space specifically also improved upon the Angry Birds formula by adding gravity and lack of gravity in space. So that's probably the biggest one for me. I can't think of any like console or PC games that were like meant for the mass market that I really, really liked.
I couldn't either. I was thinking about this, and I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head that jumped out at me.
Planet Horse.
Planet Horse.
I don't know if Planet Horse was mass market
Meant for
appeal.
the mass media, the mass appeal.
Let's get it out there,
but
then.
she's right. Like a lot of mass market stuff is terrible because it's like designed for the lowest common denominator, and that's generally not good. But Nintendo, they just do something. I don't even know what it is, but it has mass market appeal. But it's also maybe it's like Civ, in you can spend as much time as you want getting technical with things, but you can also just like play it. And Mario Kart does that because, I'm a technical racer. I like to take the best lines and going into turns and stuff. So I get a lot out of it for that. But if you just want to fling shells at people, you can do that too.
I'm more like you when I play it, Dan.
Yeah, a technical racer. I try to make sure I hit all the boosts, and I try to get my power slide, speed burst and stuff, and try to cut corners on tracks. I'm a technical racer, so. But like I said, you can also just fling shells at people if you want to play it that way.
Right.
What about you, Will? Can you think of anything like super mass market that?
Not really. No.
Okay, we'll have to ask Corey that. We'll save that one for next week.
I'm also tired, so I'll have to think about that more.
Yeah, but it's Angry Birds for me, and it's not something I typically would like, but it was. I know, it was. It was new, and it was an actual game. Like you had to pay it was $3 maybe.
Yeah.
Not any of this microtransaction, Candy Crush Saga BS. Microtransactions. I think it's like that now. There's a lot of microtransactions in Angry Birds, but when it first came out, you bought the game and you played it. So thanks for that, Rachel. Yeah, I'll ask Corey. He's got to have something. I'm sure he'll come up with stuff and be like, oh yeah, there's that.
Corey's our off the top of his head guy.
Yeah, he is definitely. I always have to look stuff up. I never remember anything. Idaho Jake says, hey guys, sorry I'll miss the live stream because I will be at work, but just off the fly, my top 4 co-ops are Borderlands, Defiance, Borderlands 2, and I'm calling it early, but Destiny. Speaking of Destiny, my birthday is Saturday, and I'm planning on getting the $150 Ghost Edition. I'm going to upgrade my pre-order, and if I do it right, I will trade in Watch Dogs, and I only have to pay around $60 out of pocket. I bought a game on Xbox Live called How to Survive, and I think it's a game Will would like. It's a zombie survival game. You can create your own weapons and armor. To survive, you have to eat, drink, and sleep. The view is like Diablo, but it is a pretty fun game. Somehow Steam got me to buy 2 games, Gothic 3 and Enslave. If anyone is interested, Walking Dead Season 1 and 2 are free on Android, and I was planning on playing and beating them. Well, that's it for me, and Brazil sucks, and I hope Messi gets his cup.
Just before I forget, Steam is, I kind of equate it with Barnes & Noble for me. Mm-hmm. When I go into it, I want to buy everything there, and then when I leave, I'll never use it.
Yeah. Barnes & Noble, you go in, you want to buy a ton of books.
Exactly.
You get them home, and you're never going to read them.
Never. Steam, I might play 1 or 2, but for the most part, I have all these games. I'm probably never going to play them.
Do you think you'd play them if you had a better computer setup?
No.
No?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But
yeah.
What do you have? Borderlands 2, Defiance, and Destiny?
Destiny, yep.
I think Destiny has a strong possibility of making its way onto that
top
list.
Co-op. Yeah. We'll have to set up times where we can all play it together.
We really do.
That's
have
the
to
hard.
do that.
That's the hard part because I only played video games starting at 10 at night.
I know, and I'm at 10. Last night, I was in bed at 9:30.
Wow.
Yeah, it's me too.
I actually started watching a new TV show last night. I meant to mention. I'll wait till next week when Corey's here. You may have seen it.
I couldn't tell you the last time I went to bed at 9:30.
I didn't feel good either, though.
Oh, gotcha.
But I usually, unless I'm working, probably 10 o'clock, 10:30.
I usually, now that I'm at work, I go to bed at midnight, which is early for me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's 2 or 2:30.
How do you do that?
I used to. My body's not in that clock right now.
Yeah, see, I'm in the 5 hours of sleep is enough for me right now. That's about all I get.
It used to be for me, but my girlfriend changed my body's clock.
It's better for you to get. You should get like 7 hours.
I
at
get
least.
7 usually.
Yeah,
7, 8.
that's what you're supposed to get. Okay, so thanks for that, Jake. That's
Is that it?
That's feedback. So thanks, Ryan and Rachel and Jake. Will, you had a question you wanted to ask, right?
Yeah, kind of a question on what I should do next for my gaming. I'm starting to, be able to play more games because I'm getting more time. So one thing I need to do is get through my backlog. But also, there's something that me and Corey have talked about doing multiple times, but now I kind of really want to do it, is play through most of the Final Fantasy games, like 1 through 8, on a playthrough. It's something I've really wanted to do for a long time. I was wondering, which one should I do?
Backlog.
See, the thing is, I don't know if I'm actually going to want to play any of those games.
Well, then it shouldn't be one of your options.
I don't know. I just want to play Final Fantasy more right
Well, then
now.
I guess you should just do that.
But
Sounds like you've answered your own question
but
in
should
your
I?
head.
But I also feel like I should do my backlog.
I'm thinking for the podcast, you should do your backlog.
Right.
Because everybody's probably played the Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what's in your backlog.
See, I haven't. Well, Child of Light, Wolfenstein, Mirrored Soul Suspect, both The Witchers.
You should. Have you played The Witchers?
No.
You should play those.
There's a bunch of other games that I really want to play. I can't think of all of them.
You
Because
should-
you'll still get that like fantasy world.
Yeah, you should start The Witcher now.
Yeah.
That'll take me a while.
Yeah, because it's like I think it's like 50 hours, so
Oh.
you should just play it a little bit at a time.
Both Dragon Ages,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I think you should do that.
I gotta get through Dragon Age.
My vote is Witcher and Dragon Age.
Witcher and Dragon Age. Alright, yeah, maybe I'll start that. I gotta figure out, I gotta make sure my controller's all set up. Is there, like, something I can look up online to map out the controls for games on the PS4 controller? Because I don't
I
want
think it just sets it up so it's like a Xbox 360 controller.
That's kind of a pain, though.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the controller with me, but it's the same like buttons.
Well, yeah, because, like, they'll say press A, and I don't remember.
You should just get a wired 360 controller. They're like $30.
Yeah, I know I should, but I really like the PlayStation 4
Yeah,
controller,
I
though.
understand that. Playing Resogun, I was like, man, this controller's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I had my buddy Jeff over, who's always been an Xbox gamer. He came over yesterday to play FIFA with me and watch the World Cup, and he said he feels like it's too wide.
I could see that. It does feel wider than the DualShock 3,
Yeah.
but I don't think it is. I think it just seems that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I love it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite game controller.
Yeah. After using, like, I don't know if it's because this one's old, but it just feels a lot more tight than even the 360
It
controller,
feels
which
more
was my
put
favorite
together
controller,
and
yeah.
like kind of compact and not heavy duty, but durable.
Yeah.
I guess. Aside from the ripping rubber on my fucking thumbsticks already.
Yeah.
I want to get some thumbstick covers.
I think I read on Reddit that you can send it back and pay a small fee.
Not gonna do that.
They probably have guards though. You could probably
no. There's something I follow on Twitter that makes like some pretty cool stuff.
Okay.
That I kind of want to get.
Yeah.
But I think they're probably like $20. But they have like different ones for different kind of gaming.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but they've got different designs and it looks kind of cool. I might check it out.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, one thing I try to do, like when I get into obviously I'm off my routine now, but I try to beat one backlog game per month.
Okay.
So, whatever that is, I try to make sure it's not too long. If it's in the 10 to 15 hour range, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can't put a 50-hour game on my backlog. But yeah, I try to get through one backlog game a month. Sometimes I try to get through one indie game a month, especially if that's a 5-hour game.
Okay.
On top of what I normally play, Obviously, I'm not going to do that this fall because October I'm buying like 6 games, I think. So,
yeah.
But that's usually what I try to do.
Okay.
Just to make sure I'm getting through my backlog a little bit.
My October purchases are probably going to end up funding my Wii U.
Oh, yeah. You trade them in around Christmas time when you're done with them.
Yeah,
For the
or
Wii U?
I'm thinking I might wait until... It depends how much I have to trade in. If I have enough to pay it off, then I'll do it. But if I don't, I might just wait till Zelda comes out.
Right. Yeah, I've got 7 games coming out in October that I'm buying.
Or maybe if they put out Smash Brothers bundle.
I'm sure
might
they
get
will.
that.
I'm sure they will because they did that with Mario Kart and Zelda HD,
Yeah.
or Wind Waker HD, I should say. Okay. Any other thoughts?
So you going with Witcher then?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I still want to play WildStar too. That's the problem. But I just
Well,
need
that can be your game that you play.
I just need to stop being a queen and do it.
And Witcher on the side.
Yeah,
Just
do
sink
it.
your teeth in.
Just
I
jump
should
in.
take my own goddamn advice.
Yeah,
It's hard, man. When
And just
you get in
start
that
playing
funk.
something. Yeah.
Especially something that's that long.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah,
I hear you.
yeah. I just gotta do it.
All right. Well, I guess that'll do it for episode 155 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Merrick.
Well.
Corey.
Thank you for listening, and get out of my basement.
1, 2, 3.